Welcome to another episode with Empower with Nancy. And I have some exciting news to share. I have created Becoming Her series. It's going to be 10 episodes, and I'm going to talk about it's really going to be my own signature collection, Becoming Her. So if you are feeling and only the strong one in your family, in your workplace, in your relationships, these episodes are going to be for you, not the version of you that everyone else sees. Like truly what you see, the version of you that holds it all together no matter what. The one thing that we constantly repeat in our lives. We are the ones that fix things, the one that doesn't fall apart, that keeps it all together for your family, um, or at least where everyone sees, some may or may not see that this is what you do. Because when you're the strong one, you don't really get the luxury of breaking down. You just keep going and suck it up. And most people think strength is empowering. And sometimes it is, right? But there's another side of the strength that no one else talks about. And I call it the lonely side, the exhausting side, the feeling like how the hell am I able to get through what I'm going through? And you don't even take the time for yourself. You can't even think for yourself. The side where you don't feel like you can put anything down because everything depends on you. These are the real life specifics that we go through. You might be the one who remembers everybody's birthday. You are constantly putting all the schedules together, right? For everyone in your family, your significant other, if you're not married, boyfriend, girlfriend, your children, at work, for your parents, for your friends sometimes. That you're the one that keeps the household constantly running, handles all the finances, supports everyone emotionally, spiritually, physically, that you're the one that solves problems before they become emergencies. Have you ever thought of that? It's like the sixth sense that we feel. And maybe at work, you're the only one that everyone depends on because you're so freaking passionate about what you do. The one leadership trusts, the one who stays late each and every time, the one who doesn't freaking complain, and the one who just figures it out. The one that doesn't say, poor me, I have this, why me? And people praise you for it because you are amazing. I don't know how you do it, you hear. We couldn't do this without you. But what they don't see is what it costs you. The constant tension in your body, the feeling like your shoulders are weighing so heavy. You have migraines, you're feeling, you may even be in shape, but deep down inside you're not feeling like you want to be, like the way you want to feel. It's sometimes difficult to relax even when you're technically having the time for yourself. Like, you know what? You're like, I can breathe today. A brain that won't turn off, right? Even when you lay your head on the pillow, it doesn't turn off. I've had women tell me they lay in bed exhausted but worried. Why? Because their nervous system never learned how to stand down, period. You may even feel guilty resting. Have you ever felt that? Because there's always something else that needs to be done. And this is not all about, please don't take this as like, oh my gosh, Nancy, this is like Debbie Downer, like negative Nancy, negative Nelly. Like, no, like this is real true stuff. This is what I used to experience. And I still do a lot of this, but my mindset, my self worth, my confidence has changed dramatically over several years. And it took time because I am talking about becoming her. This whole entire series is who I was. And what did I have to do to change it? And this is what I'm going to teach you. So please, I want you to, if you have to listen to this over and over and over again and jot down what sticks out to you, like saying, Nancy, damn, this is me. Please stay with me and stay with me to all of the series. And after that, I will be holding a Woman's Becoming Her webinar that will be launched in May. Oh, it's going to be so powerful. I want to talk a little bit about the emotional truth for a moment. And there's something many strong women will not admit out loud. Sometimes you don't want to be the strong one anymore. Like you're throwing my hands up. I can't do this anymore. And saying like, this is not forever. This is dramatically like starting to feel sorry for myself. No, you just want a break. You want a simple break. You want someone else to take responsibility just for a little bit, just for a little bit. You want to not have to think about everything. And then the minute you feel like you forgot something, you feel like you failed. You feel like, what the hell did I just do? I'm the one that has to keep it together, right? You want to not be that emotional anchor for everyone else's storms, right? I want to say that again. You want to not be the emotional anchor for everyone else's storms. What does storms mean? Their problems, their challenges. And then the guilt kicks in because you freaking love your family to no end. And you should, right? And you're going to do everything for your family. By all means, please. I'm just teaching you a way that you can still do what you do with boundaries, with confidence, self-love, taking care of yourself. How do you do all of that? I don't have time. Yes, you do. How about you care more about your team than anybody else? You don't really want to let anyone down. And you feel like if you let someone down, that they're going to be crushed. They're not going to trust you. They're not going to love you anymore. They're going to talk shit about you. It's just whole domino effect, right? So you push the feeling away. You just push it away. Maybe put it on the back burner or put it up on the shelf. And then you just say, yeah, you know what? Suck it up. Just keep going. Just keep going. But it goes deeper. It goes deeper to the identity. Because over time, being strong stops being something you do. And it becomes who you are. People introduce you, right, as the reliable one. I know for me, as I have 4 siblings and I lost my mom when I was 17. But my dad always, 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 even my mom up until she passed, always put me on the pedestal. And I was the youngest one. I used to hate it. And even so young and, at 17 and growing older, my dad used to always talk about me to my siblings. And I just didn't like it because I always look at it as we need to love our children all the same. And my parents loved all of us the same. And you cannot ever say that a parent doesn't love you all the same until you become a parent, right? And And sometimes, I remember you said, "Oh, you're the reliable one. You went to this, you did that, you're doing this, you have a great job and all this great things." But damn, I had to work for it. Didn't just land on my lap. And that was the capable one, because I was the capable one, the one who always handles everything. And when that becomes your identity, it can feel terrifying to step out of it, because you start wondering, if I stop being the strong one, then who am I? Will people still need me? Will they still respect me? And will things just fall apart? So you keep carrying more and more, and actually it becomes your identity. And what does it cost you to do all of this? And that is the hidden cost that we don't think of. It's the resentment, not loud, explosive resentment, right? It's that quiet resentment that no one knows what you're thinking. The kind that shows up exhausting, irritable, withdrawn. You may find yourself thinking, why am I the only one who notices this? Why am I the one who has to handle everything? And why does one check on me? Like, no one checks on me, right? Because they feel like, oh, she's got it all together. And then you start to judge. You judge yourself for thinking that. And because the strong woman, they are not supposed to feel resentful, right? Absolutely not. Wrong. Resentment is often a signal that your needs have been ignored for too long. And this may be like the resentment and things, not like it's all within yourself, not resentment to others. It's the resentment all for your own self. Because I always say that we create our life, the way we live, the way we look, the cars we drive, the career we have, the friends, the circle of people. It goes on, right? Your health. The other thing that costs us is visibility. And sometimes the strongest women are also least seen. Did you know that? The strongest women are the least seen, because people assume you're fine. People assume that you have your shit together. People assume that, man, this woman's powerful. She's got it all. You don't ask for help. You don't show vulnerability. You don't make the waves, right? The waves meaning you're not emotionally creating waves of challenges. What do they think? She's got it. She doesn't need anything. She doesn't need anybody's help. Meanwhile, you might feel invisible. And I remember when my husband and I got together and we started to have our family and all of both sides of the family. And I remember one time, I remember my mother-in-law one time said, you don't need any help. You guys got it all together. And there was a time where my husband and I, when we first got together, I didn't have a job. He didn't have a job. He lived with me for a little bit. And then I moved in with him and his dad for a little bit, for about a year. And then we moved out on our own. And it was like, oh, Nancy and Phil got it all together. No worries. And they don't need any help with children and gifts and such. They got it all together. And we did. But was it a struggle? Absolutely. We didn't ask for anything. We were very grateful that my mother-in-law was able to watch our daughter for the first year, and we did get some help. But overall, we've done it all together. And that right there is the most powerful thing that I've ever experienced. So let's talk about powerful. If this resonates, I want you to hear this very clearly. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not ungrateful for wanting support. You are not failing because you can't carry everything forever, ladies. You are a human being, and humans were never meant to operate as one person's support system for everyone else. What becoming her means, becoming her does not mean abandoning your responsibilities. It does not mean abandoning the belief that you must do everything alone. It means recognizing that strength and support can coexist, that you don't have to earn rest, that your needs are not inconvenience, right? It's not. That you don't have to prove your worth through exhaustion. Remember that. Because if you're listening right now and you stayed with me through this whole episode, I want you to quietly ask yourself, where am I carrying more than I should? What am I doing out of obligation rather than choice? And when was the last time someone supported me? You don't need to solve it today. I just want you to notice. Awareness is the first step towards change, because we're going to learn so much through the Becoming Her series. This is my first episode for this. And there's going to be a total of 10, so there's going to be 9 more. And boy, you're going to learn so much. Your life doesn't have to collapse for things to shift. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Small change matters, right? So asking for help once, saying no to something minor. How about taking an hour for yourself without guilt? How about letting something be good enough for you? It's good enough. Let something be good enough. Acts, right? I want you to understand that. They are survival acts. And you're going to change one step at a time. But you cannot listen to this episode, or you can't listen to all of these series and not take the accountability to do something about it. That is the first step. So if you are the woman out there that understands everything that I just went over in my first episode here into Becoming Her series, take notes, stay tuned, because every Wednesday I will be airing an episode, the next 9 series. And then May 2nd, I will be launching a webinar. And there's only going to be a certain amount of women that I'm going to be able to bring into this webinar. You don't have to stop being strong, ladies, but you deserve to stop being alone in your strength. You deserve the support. You deserve the rest. You deserve the softness. You deserve to be cared for. And Becoming Her, the next version of you, includes learning how to receive, not just give. If this episode spoke to something inside you that really, I want you to trust that. You don't have to figure everything out alone. Let's take baby steps. And if there's a woman in your life who looks like she has everything under control, but you know she doesn't, but might be quietly carrying too much, share this episode with her. That is your gift to her, because the strongest women are only the ones who need the most support and are the least likely to ask for it. Remember, you have full control of the wheel. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of Becoming Her